finished my diamond painting from Newfrog, and the fairy one, so check out how gorgeous she is. So it was very, very relaxing. I loved playing with her like this. It was just, I spent my lunch doing it, and I'm going to be doing more, that's for sure. So yeah, I wanted to share her with you guys, and stay tuned for the rest. So I'm back, and I wanted to share something with you. So I've shown you my fairy that was completed, and I know that you can frame those, and that was an idea, but I also knew that I had these books. I've got 3 of them. It's a very beautiful cover, but I don't want 3 covers that are the same. Even though it says beautiful, it says to the world you may be one person, but to one person you may be the world. Love it, but not 3 of them. And those books have, I think those were for pictures, and anyway, I want to do something with them. But ta-da! So this is what I did with my fairy, and I really love how it turned out. I think it was a great idea. And so before, like, I wanted this to stay, and I knew that, you know, if you touch it, it can be fragile. So a tip is I put some Liquitex gel medium all over it. This way there was no, and something got stuck a bit here. I have to remove that. So basically I put the Liquitex on it, and it's my gloss and clear, and now it's like really resistant, like it's not gonna move, the little diamonds are not gonna leave, and so I think it really makes a beautiful cover. So I just thought I would share that with you. I don't know what happened here. It almost looks like chocolate. So yeah, I thought I was gonna share this with you, because we tend to think of those just for hanging on the wall, but there's all kinds of other stuff that we could do with them. And so yeah, I wanted to share that idea because I was pretty excited about it, and I'm hoping that you're gonna try that. So I was super lucky because Newfrog liked my video, so they asked me if I wanted to do another collaboration, and of course I said yes, because I mean, look at those products. It's just gorgeous. I had so much fun doing it. And then they showed me some pictures of the kit and asked me, you know, if I was gonna want to play with it, and it's just beautiful. But it was only supposed to be 1, and I have 2 in there, so I got really spoiled. So let's take a look at them. I can't see the name. Okay, so in case you haven't seen my first video where I showed the first kits that I had received, I will be putting in up above an iCard, so you can click on that and you will see what I had received. So let's check out this here. Trying. Oh, it's a bird! Look at the bird! Oh, this would make an amazing cushion. So imagine like doing this and putting the Liquitex, and then you can stitch some fabric and make a gorgeous pillow with it. So see, like there's all kinds of things that you can do with these. You don't have to just hang them on the wall. I tend to try to see other uses for things, if you haven't noticed. So oops, sometimes it's a bit harder to figure out. Oh, that's the one I fell in love with her. So they showed me this picture and I fell totally in love with her, and that is a cushion that I want to make. So it's a girl that's walking towards a door, and it's just so beautiful. Beautiful. So you know that this is the one I'm going to start. So in case you didn't see me do the other one, I figured maybe we can do a bit of this one, and you can see what it is. So in my last video, I shared going on the website so that you could actually see the beautiful items that they have, and it's just so hard to decide because there's just so much beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. I also noticed that Newfrog also has some dyes. So I don't know if you guys had gone over to the website, but if you haven't, I highly suggest that you do, because for crafters, I know that a lot order from AliExpress and places like that, but I'm really loving what I saw on Newfrog's website. So I'm going to be checking out their dyes as well. But I have to say that this has kept me sane, because it's been a pretty intense time at work. So what color do I want to do? I think I'm gonna do the W. So you've got the colors here, and it tells you what they are. So then you've got all your little packages, and that makes it so easy, so easy. And at the end of the day, I ended up having a bunch of those left. Actually, let me pause and I'll show you something. Okay, so I'm back, and I've got a few tips for you guys. The first one is I use this to put all my work for the fairy in it, so this way I wasn't going to lose anything. Initially, you can kind of roll it, but eventually, anyway, it becomes flat and you can't roll it anymore. So, yeah, in this case, I'm going to have to find a folder or something to put it in. So, two tips. The first one is I put in my my little diamonds, and once I had finished a color, I would just staple off the bag shut. So this way, in case, because it happened a few times that I'd miss a spot, and as you finish it off, then you see that there's a spot missing. So I was able to just unstaple it and restaple it afterwards. But after, when you've got all of these that haven't been used, what I was thinking is that they would make great things to put instead of just sequins when you're doing sometimes you want to do those shaker cards and things like that. There's shaker cards and shaker embellishments of all kinds, and you can basically, you could use some of these in it to make it a bit more diverse. So I thought that was a great idea. So this is tip number one. Tip number two, this little tray would be perfect for your embossing powders or sequins or whatever. So it's perfect to pour it back in. So do keep those little trays because, like I said, they're very, very useful. And my last but not least tip is this little tool. I did my whole fairy, and I only used this little tiny corner of this big thing of or you use to pick up the gems. Keep it, because this is perfect if you have anything that you want to pick up on your desk, sequins or little beads or whatever. It would be perfect to use, and then you can place it, and it makes it so much easier. So those I highly suggest. Like, those are all things that you can reuse, and there's a lot left in my bag. So just a few ideas. I always figure I'm gonna share with you guys, and you can do what you want with it. So let's get back to this. I want to do the W, so that's 317. It's number 3. So they're all numbered, so it makes it super easy. So here's my number 3. So just cut off that and cut off this. And then if I had put in my bag a little plastic bag like this, because sometimes there was so much of the color that in one sitting I couldn't finish it. So then I put this still open in a little Ziploc bag, and this way I was able to go back to it when I wanted. Okay, so I just open up the top. This way I can put it back in the little thing. And one thing a tip that I got from somebody, but I had already pretty much figured it out, is that you just shake it, and then the gems go in the right side, because basically you need to have the little top facing you, so this way you can pick it up and drop it, so that the little flat is on the on this. And I also like to keep this plastic as much as I could, because this way I was able to protect it and keep the little gems on it when I wasn't working on it. And I messed up with my little thing. So it's just, I'm gonna zoom in and hopefully you'll see a little bit better. So it's just a question of picking it up, because now you've got you put a little bit of this little thing on it and it makes it sticky, so you can see the little gem is stuck on it. And that's the idea that I was saying, like you could use this for other little bling and whatever. So when you have that extra, do keep it, because you're gonna want to use it. So I was quite happy to see that they provide one of these little things with every single kit. So you don't need to purchase one, it's included in the kit, and then I'm gonna end up having a few of those left. So I'm really excited about that. So it's just doing this, and seriously, like I would watch YouTube, well, mostly hear and then stop if I was hearing something I really want to watch, but I was spending my lunch hour just doing that, and I can't even begin to tell you how relaxing this is. And it's really addictive, because there's just something really fun about this. And because it's not paint, it's not messy, so it was easy to bring to work, or to bring, like if I was traveling, that would be the perfect craft to bring with me, because it takes no room at all, and it's super easy to do. So yeah, and it doesn't take dexterity, and anybody can do this basically. So I'm thinking that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to get this as kits like this as presents this Christmas, because it's just so much fun, and the designs are so varied. It's crazy. Like you've got fantasy, you've got more real. You saw the bird. I mean, that is just perfect. Like you could make cushions out of it. Like I can't wait to do a cushion with that. So once I finish doing this, I'm gonna have to come back and share with you how it's gonna look, and because before I actually transform it into a cushion, but I'm really thinking that that's what I'm gonna try to do. And for my cover, what I did is I cut all around the edge up to here, and then I with a pair of regular scissors, because it was just the perfect size for my cover, and I didn't want to cut too close because I didn't want the gems to fall off, even though that they were glued. I didn't want to damage it. And then I use the trim to cover the edge. So that, I think, really did a fabulous job. So let's say now I'm finished. So all you need to do at this point is just take your little tray and watch me do a big mess. And then you just pour it back into your little bag. And because I'm going to be using this using this color for a while, I just put it directly in the little bag like that. And if there's some that fall into the bag, it's okay, because then you just drop them into that and then you can put them back. So as I was saying, I did just cut around this, and then I covered it with the trim, and I glued this with my Fabrifix, and I don't think it's gonna move. Like it's gonna stay the way it is, and I just think it makes such a beautiful cover. So I'm very anxious to see what you think about this. I sure hope you go and check out Newfrog, and I'd be curious to see if you do purchase some of the kits. I'd be curious to see what you make, because like I said, there's so many choices, so it's really difficult to decide what you want to do. So yeah, that's it. So hope you found I can't speak. You found this interesting, and that it's inspiring you to use those in other places than just on in a frame. Of course, they'd be beautiful on the wall as well. Don't get me wrong, but I'm thinking that, you know, there might be a ton of different ideas. So I'd be curious too to know what type of idea you might have on using them. So yeah, that's it. Bye everyone.